high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Nice fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start past the 30. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, well, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on some few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Brings up second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Brings up a third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Rattler. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
So on fourth down, Kai Kroger on to punt for New Orleans. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 11 carries, 62 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air, or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
60 red.
From the gun on third down, Mendoza to the right side, hauled in by McMillan. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. Fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Ready. Yellow, 22. Set.
And here's a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And his throw here is incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Come on, set. Red.
Back to throw. Mendoza fires this quickly to Tate. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ready, go. Hut.
Play action. Now Rattler. They'll get this out to Kamara. That's good. The completion there was 7 yards. And second down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Third down and 4.
Ready, go. Set.
Rattler working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him right complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Clock 40. Ready.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Bobby Brown, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing is Rattler. His throw incomplete. Trying to get that one to Chris Olave. But now it'll be 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The pass caught by Olave. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Panthers offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts.
Red. Red, cycle. Ready.
Mendoza throwing to start the drive. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
J.C. Horn up to make the tackle. Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Check pitch.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 6.
Set, ready.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
52 blue, ready.
To the air is Rattler. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Ready up.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
First down.
Let's go.
First and goal at the 5-yard
Black
line.
40. Cut.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Panthers at 500, sitting at 5-5. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things will start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Come on, set. Ready.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Matt Ariza now. Good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
33, ready.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down at the 31.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries, 77 yards.
And while he may not verbalize it, in his mind, going up against this defense, one of the worst rush defenses in the league, he's thinking 200-plus in this game. 2nd
down, and it's Kamara again. And they'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Called out a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Devon Gaucho up to make the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go. Here we go. Black, 95.
Here's 2nd and 8. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Panthers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
4 yards.
11 more on that one and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
50. Hut.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Only a yard there. Snipped out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Come on, set. Ready.
And here's Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. And it is caught. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Hubbard is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, set. Black 40. Set.
Complete. It's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Down. Set.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be about 60% just to be in the average range.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
third
Here we
down.
go. Here we go. Cut, cut.
Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Ready, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
43. Cut.
From the shotgun, Rattler. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Saints, first down.
Ready.
Yeah, he'll try to run with this.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Brought down back at the
But
32.
he lost 6 there on the first down play.
Come on. Cut.
Rattler wants to throw it. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
That's good for a Saints. First down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Cut,
Cooks
cut.
will come in motion right.
10 black. Set.
Now Rattler.
And Cooks has it over the middle.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now a timeout called for by the defense.
First and goal.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Kamara.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Simon, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's polished off through the air with a touchdown to Alvin Kamara. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
On the coverage.
Set. Cut. 52. Cut. Cut.
Back to throw. Mendoza going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jonas Sanker.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the
From the gun, here's Rattler. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set. 33. Ready.
They'll drop the throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
6 yards.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Seibert's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a three-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Red, 38. Check.
He finds his man Johnson. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Again, it's Johnson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Check White.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw now on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go again. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. So halftime straight ahead. It is time. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
Right back to Hubbard. And some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Good for a Panthers first down. A gain
midfield stripe. They'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. He's to the 15.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half and now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Ready.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Set. Ready. 50. Green. Blue striker. Ready.
Mendoza now from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Into space at the 45.
And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
49-yard line.
Ready. Ready. 52. Blue. Cut.
On the give, this is Hubbard.
And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On the play. 1st down, Panthers.
Here we go. Set. Cut.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's complete to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Panthers, 1st down.
Come on.
1st
Set.
and 10 at the 18-yard
A
line.
give running right, it's Hubbard.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And the Saints signal for another timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Let's go. Set.
Brooks will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On play action, Rattler.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Bobby Brown
picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
At the 28-yard line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Set, go.
Here's Rattler. They'll get this out to Kamara.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
Here we go.
Makes it third and
They'll
10.
throw. Here's Rattler. Now he'll tuck this and run.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 in the first.
Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
4 yards. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 20.
Pounding up the middle with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter. Second and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Rattler. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7
That's a
ahead.
gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready, go.
Throwing is Rattler. Now he's going to step up and run.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Saints
ready.
first down.
Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Let's
Second
go.
and goal.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Down and goal to go.
They'll look to throw for it with Rattler.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
22-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at it.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They're going to try and throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him made it complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
The Panther first down.
Here we go. Set.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together.
The result of the play is a turnover on down.
Set. Ready.
And he'll start with a give to Kamara.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4. And they're
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 4.
Down.
To the air is Rattler.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
the score, Saints 45.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Ready. Black.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
First down.
Here we go.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Back to throw. Mendoza. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Incomplete. Quincy Riley on the coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Go now. Set.
Off the play fake. Mendoza. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Panthers on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is third and 10.
Yards to go.
Back to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
10 black. Watch it. 6. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll go play action here with Rattler.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Black, 95.
2nd and 3. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
It's a gain of 2. And the Saints.
Here we go.
First down.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
42-yard line.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 40.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
J.C. Warren on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Rattler from the gun. 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Rattler. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 15-yard line.
Ready.
Here's Kamara with the pistol. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
He was taken down.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. This from 32 yards away. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Panthers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
Ready?
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Black 40.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Off play action. Mendoza. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
First and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
To the right side, hauled in by McMillan.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Panthers 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the